Hi everyone. Today I've decided I'm gonna do a quick video where I discuss some compilation albums that I own. These would be CDs of compilation albums from bands where that's it. That's the only thing I have from them, nothing else. Whether I did it that way on purpose or that's just how it happened so far. That could change at any time. Some of the bands that I'm about to list, I have heard other songs. They do have other good songs, but maybe in my mind, I'm just thinking that this is all I need for now. I've got a stack of 8. I'm going to present them to you in alphabetical. They're not 1 to 10 or best to worst. They're alphabetical. Some of them are classic rock and some of them are a little more modern. I listen to a lot of stuff, so I tried my best to pick from all over, not just all rock. I got a little bit of rap, a little bit of country, and you'll see them in a few moments' time. So first, I'm going to present to you the Allman Brothers band, a band that I do like. I've always been kind of neutral to them. I've been mostly neutral to the bands I'm about to show you. And I just picked this up recently, and one of the reasons I picked it up recently was because this particular one I wasn't actually able to find until I picked it up at a thrift store for $1. The other reason being the Owen Brothers, like some bands on classic rock radio, they tend to get pigeonholed between like the same or behind like the same 2 or 3 songs over and over again. These guys, for me, this might change where you live, but for me, I hear Ramblin' Man and Whippin' Post like every day. So I guess hearing those 2 songs on the radio over and over, I guess I developed kind of an aversion to the Allman Brothers. But they are a decent band. But again, neutral. Never really fell in love with this band. So it does the work. This particular CD does the job. So that's my first pick. Going in alphabetical, like I said, and I'll prove it right now. And not only am I going straight up the rock road, I'm doing country. Not a huge country fan, never really was. I've heard some and I like what I like. But I have to say that when it comes to this man, and I know a lot of you are huge fans of Johnny Cash, and I like Johnny Cash too. But when it comes to Johnny Cash, this is it. This is what I buy. Not really interested in picking up anything else. I have heard a lot of Johnny Cash music, and there's a lot of good ones on here. But that's kind of how I feel. You know, I listen to it and it does the job. Maybe one day I will dig a little deeper, but you know, like I said, it does the job. Going in the opposite direction, we went from southern classic rock to country music and now the rap category. Eminem, Curtain Call. This is his greatest hits album from 2005, I think. 5 or 6. 5. I was right the first time. Same thing, you know, we're talking about, it's 16 tracks. Actually 17. And it's all the ones I'm familiar with. It came out a while ago, so he has released some material since. But I've never owned an Eminem album straight up. This is it. This is all I've ever had. I actually used to have the CD DVD set, and I ended up swapping it out for this because I just wasn't watching it very much. But yeah, it's 17 tracks and it does the job. It's got the songs that I know, and I like it just fine. That's Eminem. Next up is a band that they've only done one compilation album, and it's a single disc. And if they ever released a 2-disc compilation, or even a compilation with more songs than this one has, I would buy it and put that in this album's place, because I do like them to the point where I would buy a 2-disc set. More than 14 tracks. I'm talking about Guns N' Roses. Here is Guns N' Roses' Greatest Hits. Came out in 2004. One thing I noticed about it when I first checked it out was that it was missing Used to Love Her and Mr. Brownstone. That it was missing those two, and it was also missing Estranged. I don't remember actually hearing Estranged on the radio, but there was, of course, that video for it, and I had a friend who was probably more into them than I was, so I kind of got into them because of him, and I learned about some more like B-sides, album cuts, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, if these guys ever decide to bump it up and release a second compilation album with 2 discs instead of 1, or like I said, more than 14 tracks, I'll jump on it. But until then, this is it. This is my This is gonna feed my GNR fix. So next up, we have Lenny Kravitz' Greatest Hits. This is another guy, same thing. I always liked them. I just never felt the need to purchase any albums. Did I come close? Yeah, maybe a couple times I did. But, truth is, I really don't listen to him that much. I like him fine. Like, obviously I do, or I wouldn't have this one. But, when it comes to Lenny Kravitz, am I gonna listen to all the albums, or am I gonna play this one? Well, the answer is I'm probably gonna pull this one out. 15 tracks, so, and yeah, it came out, compilation album came out 20 years ago. So, he's probably due for another one. But, yeah, this one's got everything I know, everything I need. At least in my mind. That might change later, I don't know. The band is Poison. Again, I've always kind of liked the band, never a huge fan, but, when they come on the radio, the songs they're good. They're fine. They're fine for what they are. Another thing I heard was they've always been referred to as hair metal. I don't know if I would call them metal, but yeah, it's fine. I listened to it a couple weeks ago. It's actually 18 tracks. It's probably one of the biggest ones I have. That's a single disc. I mean, I've got like a lot of double disc compilation albums. I got a 2-disc Billy Joel right here. And him, I actually do have more than just the greatest hits. So I didn't include him because I've got Nylon Curtain and the concert album. But so getting back to Poison, same thing. They get played on the radio, and it's like, okay, either I listen to them or I don't. Like I said, I might listen to the music, or I might change the channel. Because I'm also, when I'm in the car, I'm also the guy that's always changing the channel. But, yeah, that's Poison, and that's all I need from them. And, again, like I said, I'm not knocking these bands. I'm not saying that I won't ever buy another album from them. That might change. I've had a lot of bands where I did have only the greatest hits. You know, Scorpions would be an example of that. I had their greatest hits, and then one day, one day I picked up Love Drive. And it's a pretty cool album, so apparently I do need more than just greatest hits from Scorpions. That might change for these guys too, but it hasn't yet. Right now it's the only album I own. Whitesnake, greatest hits from '94. Not a big enough fan to totally understand the history, but I do know that there have been re-recordings and remixes. Sounds like there's been at least 3 versions of Here I Go Again. This one is like a different mix. It says radio mix, but it's not the version I hear on the radio. The version I hear is the one with the synth lead in. Do, 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 do. Well, you know what it sounds like. Anyway, this one's more of a quick rock edit. And there's, 14 tracks, so there's 13 others besides that one. And I should probably hurry up. Neil Young is the last one. I know you guys are not going to be too happy about that. I know there's a lot of Neil Young fans out there in YouTube land. If you're a fan, all the power to you. I like him. Again, 16 tracks. I had to count because I actually did a video earlier and I said 20 and it's not 20, it's 16. Little disappointed that it didn't have Downtown for any of you who are, anybody who was a Neil Young fan in the 90s, you might remember that he did a song called Downtown. It wasn't included on here. There's other good songs that I have heard. Four Strong Winds is a good one. I think that's from '78. Not 100% sure, but I think that's when it came out. Again, not really interested in buying any Neil Young albums, but I got this one. I like him. Not a huge fan, but this is it, folks. This is what I got. So, like I said, I just picked 8. I have more than 8. I haven't counted them. I don't think I could. My total CD count is over 700. I just hit the 700 mark not too long ago. So, for now, I'm just going to say bye, take care, keep your CDs spinning, whether they're greatest hits or studio albums, just keep them spinning.